Hello there. It is a hot day in London. So today I wanted to talk about why I'm moving back to Japan. After 18 years living abroad, I've finally made the decision to move back to Japan. I think quite a lot of people are thinking about moving to Japan, so I thought it would be an interesting story to share. I'll talk about my personal reasons, cultural stuff, what I'm looking forward to in Japan and what I'm actually giving up. I've mentioned this briefly in other video, but I'm originally from a place called Ise in Mie Prefecture in Japan. And then I moved to Nagoya to go to university. And then I decided to move to London to study a little more. Long story short, I've studied, worked, and started our own business with my business partner, and I am still here today in London. England is my second home. I've lived here for nearly 18 years. I love this country. People are warm. It's been so fortunate to meet so many lovely people here. I had various different goals I wanted to achieve here, and I've achieved some. I think I could actually achieve new goals if I push myself. But there's been a change in how I feel about things, and something shifted, and I no longer really feel like my goals belong in London. I've failed a lot, but I've picked myself up every time. And I guess I just enjoyed the journey. So to be honest with you, I don't think I've met difficulties and challenges that completely defeated me. Some things are out of my control, and those are the things I started having issues with, and they have kind of become more obvious as soon as I clarified my next goals. The biggest one is the rise of crimes in all areas of London, or this is nationwide actually. And I can try to avoid, but fundamental issues are completely out of my hands. People are stealing from shops, and we see that all the time. And some happen on a mass scale. I've seen supermarkets being raided by groups of youth with, face covering on, and thefts. Apparently, one phone is getting stolen every 6 minutes in London. I feel so conscious about taking my phone outside, filming outside, or just talking to my friends on the phone. I feel just conscious about what kind of handbags to carry. Is it better to have like a crossbody rather than just a little tote bag? Burglaries are happening everywhere and in nearby neighborhoods as well. Seeing CCTVs of some masked thieves trying to break into somebody's property that's not too far away from where you live, it is frightening. You hear stories of gang knife crimes on the news, or these things don't even make it to the news anymore. And then there are certain places that I don't like to go. London doesn't feel the same anymore. It's crime-ridden. I guess I've lost a sense of security, and I think people's moral is breaking too. And that's a big problem for me. Some guy was stealing a sandwich and got pinned down by a staff, and another customer came and said, "Oh, leave him, let him go. It's just a sandwich." Is it just a sandwich? When you see this much of crime happening in London, police doesn't do very much, unfortunately. I'm just so used to being surrounded by people who have the same boundaries between right and wrong, just and unjust. Whenever I come home to Japan, I feel at ease. Everything runs smoothly and bad behaviors are punished or caught. Japan may also be changing, but majority of people still share the same boundaries. Police can attend an arrest as needed. Authorities still have the power. Conviction rate is still high. They don't let go of criminals just because the prison is full. Don't get me wrong. I love people in England. I love how they are so tolerant and they have a big heart. And it is such a shame that all these things are happening. Modern day democracy is not working in so many countries, and I don't see how they will sort this out anytime soon. Things are getting bad to worse. While I'm waiting to see what will happen and how they're gonna try to sort it out, I am spending so much time just observing and thinking about it. And I find this pretty daunting, and I can use this time for something else. On a more personal side, I think working to earn a living is important, of course. London really woke me up about the importance of sorting out my personal finance. It really did, and I've been working on it. I do feel like I probably should have started earlier. I still feel like the awakening might have come even later if I actually stayed in Japan. I like this competitive environment in London. So that's another good thing about spending my 20s and 30s in London. That was very meaningful. But I also realized recently I want to actually spend my time working on something that lives beyond my lifetime. I started thinking about this more and more recently. Maybe it's my age. Money is great and it's important, but really, how much land does a man need? Just working to earn money doesn't make me feel fulfilled. Going forward, I want to be more useful. I want to work on something that lives beyond my lifetime. There's a lot I've learned from living abroad. When you hit this age, I think a lot of people feel the same way, but I feel like I can bring what I've learned back to my own country and be useful by helping to build the future for the country. And even though it's probably going to be a tiny help I can provide, it's going to be meaningful. I think a lot of people who left their own country find this kind of, I guess, purpose at one point in life, because we often feel like it's our responsibility after living abroad, feeling like maybe you are representing your own country, always carrying something on your shoulders. I've felt it this way for quite some time. I am looking forward to so many things. Mostly very basic stuff actually. Perfectly temperatured bath every night, that would be great. Easier access to better food, less oily. If I'm not cooking for myself, sometimes eating here can be quite difficult because, you know, you look at Deliveroo, which is a delivery service in London, and, you know, it's full of oily stuff and then there's no break. It's this meat and oily stuff fried and, you know, there's no break for your tummy. And it's been a bit of a challenge for me. Having a pure joy every day, just feeling the sunshine, is another thing that I'm really looking forward to after spending so much time in England. I didn't quite know how much impact sunshine brings, but now I'm realizing I thrive when it's sunny. When the sun's out, I'm on. Just thinking, how much time am I actually off in this country? Because we have so many grey days, so many wet days. I feel like that's a big thing. I never understood the people here always want to go on holiday. I do now. I do understand. We need sunshine. Having said that, we have a lovely summer this year. It's lovely. I just wish it lasts a bit longer and more consistent. But that's too much to ask. But I think I would have had a very different outlook on this move if I wasn't working for myself and had to work for a different company. I think I would just have a very different view on other things as well, and I would plan everything differently. Also, I'm looking forward to reconnecting with my life in Japan. So that's my families, friends, culture and heritage, things like that. It's very important after living abroad for so long. I always try to go home to Japan every year, and I've been getting this very strange feelings recently. When I go home, it feels like I'm living the life I've already lost, and, you know, it's not mine, and somehow I'm living in it. I think maybe it's because so many things have happened without me being there, and so much time has passed. You know, things are changing. The world or everyone else's life works completely fine without me. I don't think I find this particularly sad because it's just a fact, isn't it? You're physically not there, but it's been on my mind for quite a few years now. So it will be good to reconnect with that side of life before I actually regret it. And of course, there are things I'm giving up for this move, at least for the time being. Friends and families in the UK, of course. We will come back regularly, so we will still meet. I will also miss the openness of the people here. I really like the people here. Not to mention the dog community here is absolutely fantastic. I really love all of them. Very sweet people, very sweet dogs, well trained, happy dogs. Dogs are welcome in loads of places, loads of parks. Our little Robbie has a lot of friends. We will though make sure Robbie makes new friends and find new favorite spots to walk and visit. Actually, our last trip to Japan was planned around finding the perfect places for him to walk. And there's absolutely no way we would actually move to Japan if it meant would take all the fun away from his life. And this is why we're not moving to Tokyo, we're moving to a different place. I think he will like Japan and all the places we'll take him to. But it is a shame that it's not so easy for us to travel between Japan and the UK with him. So we are making good progress with our plans. So Robbie had a rabies jab and the blood test came out fine. I received an email this week from the vet confirming that, and he's now on his long waiting period before qualifying for the move. I think I will probably do a separate video on this because I'm sure there are a lot of people thinking about moving to Japan with their dogs. We've had calls with our accountant. We are doing a lot of research into how we want to set ourselves up financially there in Japan. Looking at some properties online, it's a little early at this stage, but it's given us a very positive impression on our plans. We are very positive that we can make it work. We'll be renting first and make sure we are happy with the location and everything. It is a big decision, but at the end of the day, you live only once, and rather than sitting around and thinking about it every day, I would rather go and do it. I'm really excited about the new challenges and opportunities we'll find as we go. I think I'll never be 100% sure if this is the right decision or not, but as long as we keep going, it's possible to make amends as we go. But if we don't do anything, we will never know and still be sitting in the same place, thinking about the same thing and going in circles. So I think it's good to keep pushing, and it's exciting. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future videos. I will see you in the next video.